Greetings to you students. So now today we will see about human milk banks. This is a very short presentation just to keep you updated and also to take you back to the classroom. What are human milk banks? From the very word we come to know that they are nothing but storage areas or banks or reservoirs where breast milk is being stored in a very safe manner. Why is the storage done? The storage is done obviously to provide breast milk to those babies who need it, especially if there is no provider, as in a mother. So, who can donate breast milk? Who are the people who are eligible? Obviously, a mother, but a mother who is free from several disease conditions such as HIV/AIDS or any cancer or hepatitis or any other contagious infectious diseases. So the first criteria for a mother or for a woman who is already having breast milk is that she should be a willing donor. Nobody is forced to donate breast milk. And what is donated is always excess breast milk. It is whatever is excess beyond that what the child needs, she is able to donate to the milk bank. So was this practice there from earlier times? We never had a very organized or a structured breast milk bank, but it is started 30 years back in India in Sion Hospital in Mumbai. It was set up by Dr. Armida Fernandez. We all have heard about her. And of course, this slowly now there is a more awareness, and you find that we have more and more Indian cities with hospitals having the facilities and they are setting up human milk banks. So the awareness that breast milk is best for the baby has come about now. So definitely we find that human milk banks are here to stay, and we need to have more and more donors, because in Sion Hospital they say they get about 800 to 800 to per day. It varies about up to 2 liters per day. That means the number of volunteers is what matters. So when a woman or a mother volunteers that she will donate extra breast milk, what is the first thing? Of course, all the criteria. She is checked for any disease conditions, and then she is allowed to donate. So you can see here in this first picture or this first slide, you can see how the the milk is stored in containers which are labeled. Now you might ask, is it safe? Yes, it's perfectly safe, because the milk is going to be frozen or stored at minus 20 degree Celsius, and then it is thawed and then it is utilized. And it can be also separated as colostrum, as as and when a baby needs colostrum, it can be given. Now who are the babies who are benefited from this? Obviously it is neonates, especially those babies who are of very low birth weight. Like if the birth weight is around 1.5 kg, very small babies, such babies definitely need colostrum and breast milk thereafter, because a mother may not be able to feed. So such babies and babies whose mothers are unavailable, such babies also definitely require breast milk banks. So all babies who are in a neonatal ward will definitely be benefited from a human milk bank. So what is the first step? Now this is in another country, the pictures that I am showing you. The first step is definitely that you need a counselor. So somebody has to guide the mother who is willing to donate and tell her that the importance of donating breast milk. So the second step, as you see here, is that there is a breast milk pumps which are used, so it can be expressed in a very safe manner, very hygienic manner, into containers which are already labeled, and it will straight away go for pasteurization. So any germs or anything can be definitely removed, and it can be stored safely. So you can see, as you can see the slides, you can see the infrastructure also that is needed. So you see how well it is stored in a refrigerated condition, and it is always handled very carefully by the personnel who are handling it. So you have to have qualified people who are handling the milk. So once it is stored, then the next is it is all pooled and arranged or organized according to the need. And it is all done under a UV flow, or otherwise a laminar flow chamber is used, so that there is no particular germs or anything which is infecting the milk. and there is a pre-pasteurization testing. A lot of testing is done before the milk is finally stored. So once it is stored, the temperature has to be monitored, and then it will be taken out as and when the need arises. Always remember that these milk will always be labeled and stored according to whatever criteria it is to be used. So once the milk is taken out, then of course it can be thawed and fed to the infant. It will not be re-thawed. So human milk banks, if you see, there are the number of milk banks are very high in countries like Brazil. So if we see such countries, if they can have milk banks, in India where the need is much more, we need to have a bigger and elaborate plan for setting up more and more milk banks. So how can this be done? This can be only done through awareness. So what kind of awareness? Now definitely as young students, as undergraduates, you are learning about it. So definitely you will share this in the family. Plus young mothers also in the hospitals, you have counselors, people who are counseling about giving breast milk, and of course saying that excess breast milk can always be stored. So there are many young mothers who are doing this already for the benefit of all babies. So you must have heard about the fact that we are a social community where we have to live in harmony, and only when one person helps the other we can uplift each other, and that is going to help in the progress of the nation. So since breast milk is the best milk and much better than any formula milk, definitely we need to set up more and more human milk banks. So today this is what I would like you to think upon, and also please read whatever notes which are already sent to you earlier. Thank you very much.